Welcome back, everybody. Tyler Parsons bringing you week 2 of how you can hit the ball longer. This week, we're working on how to load efficiently, plus explode off of that. So I've got 5 exercises to help accomplish just that. Go knock out your warm-up and let's get started. Exercise 1. Again, we want to sit there and get loaded, so we're going to use a medicine ball. The heavier the better. I want you to go from that golf posture. We're going to turn so it gets nice and high. You can see my body shifts over so that I'm putting pressure onto that right foot. And here comes the explosive part. From there, we're going to clear the hips, dropping off that right, down and across, and bounce that ball. So we'll get set up. We're going to turn and fire it down. Exercise 2. You'll need a golf club, speed stick, whatever. But what we want to do, and you've seen this from some of the super speed protocols, we're going to turn back, get loaded up, and we're going to have that step change so that it's forcing you to turn and get loaded on one while we fire through on the other. So we're going to go back, rip through, try to really uncoil as we're switching directions. Really think about that club getting under that plane so that it can rotate around your body and you're not trying to pull it back and in. It's really going to help engage, use that core, and whip the club through. Exercise 3. We're going to use a resistance band here. We're going to step in and get this loaded up. We're going to hold it just like we're going to hold a golf club. What I want you to do is we're going to turn that body in, back, and lift with that band. So it's going to be a total body move in order to get that loaded up. We can feel a lot of pressure back on that right hip. And after we go through our set, we're then going to switch. And we're going over to the left. It's going to be really important that we have the flexibility in both hips, that we're engaging with that midsection to be able to lift. And then as we get to the top, we're going to feel what it's like to actually be loaded up properly versus getting into this position. The higher we get those hands, the straighter we get that line on that body, the better. Exercise 4, still using the band. I'm just going to hold it and leave it on this leg. And I want to turn and feel this hand get behind me. Now, if I'm just trying to do it with my hand, yes, I can do it. But again, we want it to be a total body, so we're storing up that energy. Go on and let that hip rotate. You can see I'm opening up. I'm getting it nice and high, back behind me. And then obviously, we're going to switch. This is going to help open up that chest. It's going to recruit those muscles in the back. And again, we're enforcing what it's like to get over onto this trail leg into a nice position, build up all of that power. Really focus on that pull and engage with that back as well as the midsection. For our 5th and final exercise, we're going to work on a pulling motion. Okay, so what does that have to do with loading up? If I have this band anchored and I get into the position, I see a lot of you at the top, it makes it difficult to drive off of that back, and it's going to be basically how strong am I? Since strength is only part of the equation here, I want to make sure that you can turn, we get into that same loaded position, and now we can fire off that back, and now it becomes very easy for me to pull through using the midsection, using rotation of both our torso and our hips, and that helps pull the arm with much less effort. We'll obviously then switch to the other side, but really focus on the setup and then go very hard so that it's an explosive movement, guaranteed to help out and get more club head speed for those longer drives. So that's a wrap on those 5 exercises. Get started on those, go through the designated number that I set. Next week, what we're going to hit on is a lot of that pull, which we already started discussing a little bit today, but look for some explosive, dynamic pull exercises, both in the swing plus total body. Let's keep you getting longer and enjoying that game more.